welcome to the Shift Happens radio show. My name is Elle. Some people call me Spark. Whichever you'd like to call me is great. Welcome to the show. The Shift Happens radio show is all about becoming and being a platform to answer questions, to inform people on many levels of awareness, whether it be a spiritual situation, a health situation, or even politically. We are in some very interesting times and exciting times as far as I'm concerned, and there's just so many things that are happening. Today I have a great guest. His name is Stephen Amsden, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about him shortly. We're going to talk about Lyme disease today. Now, I met Steve a couple years ago. He's an amazing guy, and I was aware of at the time that he had Lyme disease or had experienced and is a, do I call you, I don't want to say survivor because I don't like that terminology. You are a creator and an informer. So I just would like to first off welcome Stephen Amsden. Stephen, welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Thank you. It's good to be here.
I'm so glad you're here because you've got lots of information that you can share with people. I've come from New England, and there was always kind of a statement about, oh my gosh, I got bit by a tick, and there was this fear. And I have a friend that actually lives off the grid in Maine, and even made that statement, I'm going to say, about, I don't know, maybe not even a month and a half ago, and was very concerned and worried about being bitten by a tick. So I think that the best thing that we could do to start out is, I have some questions here, and I'd like to share or have you share as much as you possibly can. We're going to keep this call to about an hour if we can tonight. There is a pretty nasty storm coming in, so if you hear any thunder boomers, forgive me, but it's really pretty awesome sitting out here on the lanai right now. So, Stephen, when did you actually get Lyme disease? Do you know?
Well, when I was 15 years old, this is in 1974, our family usually each year during the summer went to Cape Cod for a week or two for vacation. And we had just returned from our regular vacation on the Cape, and it was probably about end of June, beginning of July. It was hot, and I was working in the garden with my parents and my brothers. We were all out there weeding the garden. It was hot, and I stood up, and everything turned silvery. I was not right in the head, and at first I thought, well, it's just the heat, but I decided I would sit down and get a drink of water, and my parents agreed. They said, go ahead, and I walked down the path of the garden, and everything was turning silver, just this surreal kind of background. And underneath the maple tree by the garden, I saw a glowing ball of light that was about the size of a beach ball, perhaps a little larger, maybe 3 feet in diameter. And all of the colors of the rainbow were shimmering and shining, changing and undulating in it. And I pointed it out. I said, look. It was like being in the presence of some type of superior intelligence. It was otherworldly. It was, and at first, with my background, I thought, this is God. This is God. And then it occurred to me after a few seconds of observing this seemingly intelligent, sentient being that, well, perhaps it was a messenger from God. It was an angel. And at that time, it started floating across the driveway and up over the roof of the house. And as my eyes followed it, it was so overwhelming. I fell back in a grand mal seizure.